health is not a feeling, health is a function. So when we're looking at our health as a whole, healthy is normal and unhealthy is abnormal, right? So we're going to show you in this thing that health is more than just feeling great. What's up, everybody? And I hope everybody's doing good out there. Welcome to Coffee with the Chiro. This is Dr. Heskett and Caroline. Say hello, Caroline.
Hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome.
We have a special edition coming at y'all today. It's going to be on our Better Results Faster, Caroline, workshop that we just implemented after coming back from our training. For those of you who don't know, we just recently, all the office managers as well as the doctors recently returned from Nashville for a remarkable practice seminar where we trained on better ways to serve, and also we trained on how, and not how, but what would be the most effective ways to communicate chiropractic to our patients, which is all of you. So we are excited about unrolling, announcing our Better Results Faster workshop. We had our first one this week in Rogersville. Dr. Sandy did it on Monday. And we have another one coming in Dandridge this Thursday. Of course, this is going to air after this, but look for these Better Results Faster workshops. Caroline, they're going to be 2 of them at each location, one in the evening at 6 p.m., and then there'll be one at lunchtime. And we're asking...
no matter your schedule, you'll be able to get to one of those.
That's right. And I know, doing this for 28 years, I realize that there are so many great questions that patients have out there. And what we tried to do in this Better Results Faster workshop is answer all of the, obviously we can't hit all of them,
right.
But what we did do is try and hit the most prevalent questions or the most asked questions that we get on a regular basis. And that's what the BRF, Better Results Faster workshop is designed around. So...
Well, let's start there. And first of all, I do want to say, I know for a fact after your Nashville trip with all the doctors and the team, there were no chairs thrown in Nashville on that trip. Okay? No chairs were thrown on that trip to Nashville.
No one was injured in the making of this. Yeah, that's right. Not that anybody would do that, chunk a chair off a balcony.
That's crazy. Nobody. I can't think of anybody.
Yes. There's a lot going on right now before we go to our BRF.
Yeah.
We had an attempt assassination on our president, which is unheard of. And then also, today, about an hour ago, the Secret Service lady resigned. Yes. And also Joe Biden. This is a lot of things that are happening.
So much has happened in the last 20 days.
Has removed himself from the presidential race, and Kamala Harris is taking that position and running for the next president of the United States. So we got all kinds of things happening, and I won't let you comment on any of them.
I was going to.
Good. Praise the Lord, because we want to keep all of our listeners. However, a lot of them would have some of the same stance as you have. But anyway, Caroline, I want to first of all say that if you've been to our office yesterday, a patient came in my office and they were new, and they said, "Wow, this is crazy! Like a Monday here, these patients coming back, and the healing that what God is doing right now is it's unprecedented in my time of being a chiropractor." And it's not what we're doing. It's more of, what God is doing and how he is healing people. But if you're a patient at our office, you'll know it's pretty fast paced. You come in, which a lot of our patients really love because they have things to do. and they want to get their spine checked. They want to get a great adjustment, a focused, principled chiropractic adjustment, and they want to go on their way. But in the meantime, there's speed bumps. Anytime you're getting healthy, there's speed bumps. And so what this Better Results Faster workshop is designed to do is to give you the tools necessary, right? And so we're going to give you just a little bit of teasers about this workshop, but really you need to be there in person to see it, because there's things that we go over that we can't go over with audio on a call, of course, Caroline, right?
Right. And it's like, I think part of the reason too, it's like Noelle said on the last podcast, somebody can't just go to the gym one time and expect life-changing major results. But also, you can't expect someone who's trying to take care of themselves and wants to take care of themselves to know all of the things to do, right? Especially when they're maybe just starting out this journey, or they're switching the ways up that they want to take care of themselves and their health. So this is where we can implement better results faster, right?
That's exactly right. And you have to, the three-legged stool that we are talking about on a regular at Heskett Family Chiropractic is adjustments in rhythm, breaking bad habits, and corrective exercises. And so this Better Results Faster workshop is going to follow that premise. Because when you do those three things, there's other things, of course, but those are that's the three-legged stool that we're standing on, that we're resting on, is the adjustments in rhythm, the corrective exercises, and the breaking bad habits. That's how we get results. We want results, Caroline. Like, I was talking to a patient yesterday. We don't want you to feel good. We want you to function good and function at your optimum. We talked about, and that's the first thing we go over in the BRF, is what is health. If you ask somebody out on the street, what is health? What is health? They would say, well, if I don't have any pain, if I'm not hurting anywhere, if I feel good, then I'm healthy. And the first thing we teach in this BRF, and I don't want to give you too much, but the fact of the matter is, the first thing we teach is that health is not a feeling, health is a function. So when we're looking at our health as a whole, healthy is normal and unhealthy is abnormal, right? So we're going to show you in this thing that health is more than just feeling great. And you can have symptoms. People say, well, I'm throwing up, I'm sick. Not necessarily. If you eat some toe mein instead of some lo mein, your body is going to reject that, and that is a healthy response. So one person might say, look, this guy's throwing up, he's sick. When in actuality, your body is getting rid of what is not healthy for it. So therefore, that's a healthy response. So that's just different. And when your body raises its temperature, oh my goodness, Sally's got a 102 temperature. Let's give her something to get the temperature down.
Let's not.
Pause. Yeah. Now we understand that the body is created by God, created to be healthy, raises the temperature as a defense mechanism because bacteria can't live above a certain degree. And so the body raises its temperature to kill the virus, the bacteria. And so your body is not raising its temperature because it's sick. It's raising the temperature because it's designed healthy. It's designed to be healthy.
And wouldn't you say too, when you're talking about function over feeling, we don't want our patients or anybody to wait till they feel the pain, till they're having the bad issues to come into the office. It's also a way to mitigate and keep away the negative things that can come into your body. And I think it's being able to teach everybody how that works as well. Chiropractic care, it's maintenance. So you don't have those bad things that happen to you, or they can prevent or prolong, issues from happening.
Yeah. And in that word, maintenance is maintain. And that's what it's all about. Mm-hmm. Like my dream practice is to have, whatever, couple thousand people a week coming in smiling, maintaining their health, maintaining the frame. And that's another thing. That brings us to my next point in the BRF, your nervous system. Like, this is not just about or what people say it. I don't even want to repeat it. Pop my neck. They say, oh gosh. Do not say that. That's like cursing in church. We are specifically adjusting. We're not even manipulating. We are adjusting the spine back into its proper position so your nervous system can function, recreate, and heal the body like it's designed to do. So that's a great point, Caroline. We're not just wanting to adjust you to get you feeling good. Like we said at the beginning, we want you to function good, but then we want you to maintain. I had a year-end report yesterday, and the patient went from a phase 3.5 to a phase 2. That's incredible. Like, a phase 3.5 to a 2 during that time, they were feeling better. Their spine looked better. But we're not done. We're not settling for a phase 2. We're not just going to, be half healthy. And what happens when we stop? What happens if we stop with this person now? They're going to regress and go back down in that journey to health. So we want to continue to adjust them to maintain their health.
Right. It would be the same as somebody's been working out, eating healthy, all the things, losing weight, and then they hit their goal, their number that they had in mind. They lost 100 pounds, but then they go right back to poor eating habits and no exercise. And so what's going to happen? You just reverse everything that you work super hard, to get to.
Right. And I tell my patients, our patients, that, that's the hardest part. Is there's 3 really, is intensive, corrective, and maintenance. Mm-hmm. So we want to intensify the care at first. Most of you came in, and we're going to talk about this in the BRF. We're going through this without trying to go through this. We're just kind of talking our way through it. But that's another thing we're going to talk about is, what phase were you when you started? Right. Like, if you're a patient in our office, God forbid, you're coming to our office and you don't understand. We explained to you at the beginning. And I feel like there is a really good one-on-one report with one of our doctors to explain to you what phase of care you're in. So, this is normal. This is phase 5. And most all of you fit somewhere in between there. You're phase 1, a 2, or 3, or 4. But guys and girls, y'all need to know what phase you're in, right? Because ultimately, and this is one of the slides, who's responsible for you? You are. I'm not responsible.
Responsibility.
Yeah, you're.
Responsibility.
Yeah, and if there's nothing we teach on these podcasts, I hope it is the fact that I'm responsible for my health. I have to move my body. I have to exercise. I have to eat right. And if I don't, then I'm going to sow. The Bible says, whatever you sow, you'll reap. So if I sow, if I just eat Fruit Loops all day and whatever, and I eat fried chicken or whatever I eat, and I put bad things into my life and sow bad things into my health, what am I going to reap? It's not going to be health. It's going to be the opposite. Do some people get away with that? Yeah, I know a guy, he lives down the street. He eats junk and drinks sugar all day and, 5-10 Cokes a day, and he's alive and he's 75. Well, maybe he's alive and living, but what's his quality of life? And that's what we're talking about here. We're not talking about just being on the earth. Like, Heskett Family Chiropractic's goal is not, okay, let's keep you on the earth. Our goal is that you would function at your highest level and that you would be able to achieve the goals that hopefully you have them. You have goals in your life. If you don't, write that down for a podcast. We need to do one on it. We really do. If you don't have goals in your life, it says where there's no vision, the people perish. So we want you to achieve these goals. And that's why this BRF, this Better Results Faster, we're not, to me, with new patients going forward, Caroline, we're not asking you to come. It's mandatory. Yes. Because it's mandatory if you start in our office that's how important it is because to get the information that we're going to go over, because you can't function at your optimum unless you take this information, right? You take this information and you begin to apply it to your life. One of the things, Caroline, I want to say right there, in the United States, 2022, healthcare, we spend $4.5 trillion in the United States, which averages 13,439 per person is what we're spending. United States, we spend twice as much, right? Twice as much per person, and we rank somewhere, I think we're ranking 37th overall in health. Yes. This is ridiculous numbers, guys.
We're the United States of America.
We should be there.
We have more healthcare professionals, more doctors, supposed to have more science, research, all of the things, and then we're 37th in health.
Let me go over a couple more of these. It'll blow your mind. And these are in the BRF. They're 34th in life expectancy. We're 34th in immortality. We're 34th in infant immortality. 33 other countries have a better infant mortality rate than the United States of America. Unacceptable.
Yes.
I mean, I'm saying COVID was a big deal, but these stats are 1.5% of our infants are taking a psychotropic drug.
That's crazy to me.
So that is a lot. And you say, well, 1.5%. I mean, there's a lot of infants in the United States.
Yes.
So you take that 1.5, it says 7.5% or 1 in 13 kids are on a psychiatric medication. 25% of women are antidepressants. 70% of all Americans take a prescription drug daily. I mean, these are just stats. The U.S. spends 450% more on healthcare than the military does each year.
And
it's crazy.
We are only one of 2 countries in the entire world that allow big pharma to run commercials and ads. We're only one of 2. New Zealand's the other one. And the world.
And most of these ads are targeted and ran after 11 o'clock. There's a depressions one. Are you lonely, depressed, tired? Well, yeah, it's 11 p.m. Like I said on an earlier podcast, we're all depressed and tired. We just watched the news.
Yeah.
And if you watched 11, listen, if you don't learn anything else from this podcast, do fast from watching the news. There's nothing positive on the news. And if you say, well, I have to be kept up to date, then, there's no way to put this stuff, one of the things we talk about in the BRF is stress. Stress causes subluxation. One of those stresses are mental and psychological stresses. And so when we watch these things, especially late at night before we go to bed, and we take out all this information, it becomes a part of us. Whatever it's like I was saying, what are you sowing into your mind, because the mental side of health is gigantic, Caroline. It's gigantic. And people don't realize, really, I think it would be great if we write this down too. We can do a future podcast on each one of these stresses. We'll take the mental one. We'll take the thermal one. We'll take the chemical one and the physical one. At least mental, chemical, and physical. And we're going to discuss all of these in the Better Results Faster workshop. You got people smoking out there, poor posture, text neck. People are looking down, texting. Your sleep is crucial.
Yes.
People aren't sleeping. How you lift. And we're going to go over corrective exercises in this workshop too, to be able to help you learn how to exercise in a way that's going to strengthen your core, strengthen your spine, and allow you to hold your adjustments better and longer, Caroline.
I love that. And also, I think mixed in with that too is the nutritional aspect, what you eat, what you are fueling your body with. I mean, I would say I got on this big kick probably 9 months ago. And you guys, my parents, I went and cleaned their pantry out. I mean, eating vegetable oil, Pam, seed oil, like processed. I was like, garbage, garbage, garbage. We cannot do this anymore because as much and as huge of a piece as exercise is, nutrition is extremely important. And they are truly just putting so many chemicals and so many things in our food. And it's really, it's part of it. It's part of their plan to keep us sick. And it's just that big hamster wheel.
I just, what I think is really cool is what made me think of that. I just got back from Costa Rica, and we started looking around and we're like, there's no fast food. There's just no place, but they do have fast food. But it's
okay. Was it different?
Hold on, I was going to tell you what it is. It's grandmama, and she's on the side of the road. They're it is fast, but it's like grilled chicken, but it's healthy, right? So it's like not processed. Yes. It is, their fast food is someone setting up a stove on the side. It's so cool, on the side of the road, and they're just cooking like chicken or rice or whatever. Mostly, probably rice, but
yeah,
we had some of it and it was just amazing. But yeah, the thing of it is like, it's too easy in the United States of America to have bad nutrition. It's just because it's everywhere, and we get hungry and we want to not. I'm guilty. We want to not. I don't care what I have. I just have to have something to eat. So we're like, I'll just get this, and the next thing you know, you feel like trash the rest of the day because you ate trash, and then you're wondering why you have no energy. Last thing I'll say right there before we move on, and then we're going to wrap it up, because I want y'all to come to the BRF, to the Better Results Faster workshop, to learn this stuff. But food is designed, God designed for food to give us energy. Mm-hmm. So that's what it's there for. So it's not meant for social enjoyment. Food is there for us to be able to eat it, and now we can do the things that God has. Remember that vision or those goals? That's what it's there for. So when you're eating, if you automatically lay down, then you didn't eat the right thing, because that didn't give you energy. I could just tell you that. And I know that from personal experience. I know that from eating really, really good, and I know it from getting off track and eating really, really bad. So just keep in mind that the food is, if it comes out of the ground, if God created it, it's healthy. If it's in the middle of the grocery store, it ain't. It's processed. So last thing I want to talk about really quick is, we talked about phases a little bit, but I just want to say, if you're a patient in our office, what I want you to understand is that chiropractic may be new to you. I have some patients that have been coming to us for 15 years, 20 years, but the majority of my patients are probably within their first couple years of care. But if you're coming to our office, and I want you to think about how many years you dealt with mental, physical, chemical, and thermal stress, and how many years you've been getting adjusted. So think about that. If you're 45 years old and you start to get adjusted at our office when you're 43 or 44, then you've had 40 some odd years of stress with no attention to it, and we just now start trying. The point of the matter is, you have to give your body time. Your body, chiropractic is the natural way to health. A quick fix is getting a shot or a pill or potion, but that doesn't do anything to correct the problem. You just feel better. And sometimes
you put a Band-Aid on it, right? You just put a Band-Aid on the problem.
And sometimes, as Dr. Edie Wadsworth so eloquently put it, you don't necessarily even feel better. You just don't feel anything.
Correct.
That's what she says. You don't feel better or worse. You just don't feel anything at all. And so that's not what we want for you. We want you to, another thing too, I'm looking at this mental and psychological stress on my screen here. We're designed to have sad moments. We're designed to have happy moments. Like, That's what Dr. Edie talks about as well. There's supposed to be ups and downs in life. It's not all ups and it shouldn't be all downs. So I just want to encourage you to try your very best to come and learn more about your health. I mean, that's what we're asking you. If you're going to be a patient at Heskett Family Chiropractic, we're requiring you to come to the Better Results Faster workshop and invest 25 minutes of your life into your health. Because even if you say, well, I know all, if you're listening, I know all that. Well, maybe you do know a lot of it. But then if you know it all, which I don't know it all, I'm still learning. But even if you did know it all, you need to know what we stand for, what we believe, and what we're believing in your life for your health for the future. So I want to encourage you as we close, get scheduled. There's a sign-up sheet at the front of all of our offices, Rogersville, Morristown, Straw Plains, and Dandridge. And you can sign up for either the evening, 6 p.m., or the lunchtime BRF. Anything else, Caroline?
I think we covered it. And I think we snagged some extra topics for a few more episodes in the future, too. So check those boxes. I like it.
Yeah, I love it, love it. Well, you guys have a fantastic day. Thank you for joining us with Coffee with the Chiro, and we ask that you like us, subscribe to us, and share it with your friends. God bless you guys.
Till next time. Bye, guys.